This video is more or less just going to be kind of a rant about something that's already been addressed and fixed in the toy collecting community, but it recently reared its ugly head when off a purchase that I had just done. So I felt it was kind of fun, a fun topic to talk about. And a while back, one of the geniuses at Hasbro decided that they were using too much plastic in their packaging and switched over to blind box packaging for their action figure lines, mostly aimed at teenagers and adult collectors because a lot of toy companies nowadays like to focus their lines based on, okay, I don't even care about none of that shit. Now, I'm sure it doesn't take a rocket scientist or a toy collector to see the issue here with blind box packaging. But just in case you don't know, let's go ahead and break it down for you. One, it's an inbox collector's absolute nightmare. There are people who collect action figures and never take them out of the package. They leave them on display in their packaging. And a big part of that is that you can see the figure inside the box. And they're really big on things like mint, how good the quality of the packaging is kept up. And okay. But the problem is when you have a blind box, you can't see the figure inside the box. So basically, you're shelling out anywhere from $20 to $30 retail, even more on the secondary and third markets, to display a box, which you don't even know if the figure in the box matches the picture of the box because you don't know what's in it unless you open it, which in turn kind of defeats some collectors' perspective of collecting things because it's no longer mint if you open the box. So that's the first issue. The second one, which is an even more obvious one, is because of the fact that you can't tell what's inside the box, you don't know what you're getting. And that brings us to this guy. So recently, and this may come as a shocker to you, but I am a bit of a toy collector. I know. It's a stunner that I'd be talking about toy stuff and not be a toy collector. I just recently started getting into the G.I. Joe Classified series. I'm mostly just getting the characters that I like, as well as the Dreadnoks, because that's one of my favorite factions of the series was the Dreadnoks. And I decided that I would go ahead and bite the bullet, and I ordered this off of Amazon. This is Buzzer. He is one of the founding members of the Dreadnoks. Very prominent in the TV show. Goes around with a ponytail, sleeveless shirt, chainsaw. Overall cool dude. So I was really hyped when I got this guy in the mail to open him up and see what the new version of him looked like in hand, only to be surprised by this. Tiger Force Dusty. Tiger Force Dusty. Not Buzzer. The accessories for Buzzer are in the package, but instead of Buzzer being in the package, I got Tiger Force Dusty. And I might add, this is an Amazon seller that I got this off of. Apparently, they won't let me post my review to point that out, that this person essentially sold a switcheroo, a repack, if you will. But I figured, fuck it, I'm making a video about it anyway. So yeah, there you go. Now, I've gone ahead and reordered this character off a more reputable site, Big Bad Toy Store. So we're going to be getting our character, and we're going to be sending this back to get our money back. But therein lies the second issue with these blind box packages. Now, I know that Hasbro claims that they did it to help prevent, to help fight pollution and whatever. Keep in mind that the plastic that was originally on the window box packaging for these figures is nowhere near as much plastic as actually used to make the figure in the box. So the whole entire thing is just an exercise in redundancy. And I'm going to be speculative here because, for legal purposes, I think, honestly, the reason why they did it was less about trying to help the environment and more about trying to cut corners so they can make a little more money for their shareholders by going with the cheapest packaging they could find. I mean, this thing is barely cardboard. It's practically high gloss Bristol board. And the only thing protecting the insides of this package from being tampered with are 2 strips of tape at the top. And it's not just G.I. Joe they did this with. They did this with several lines, pretty much all the ones aimed at their teenagers and adult collecting audience, because for the lines that they have aimed at kids, they already have those in plasticless open box designs where you can see the product inside the package. Why they didn't decide to do that with their adult collector and teen lines, beyond me. So yeah, therein lies the second issue with the blind box packaging. Now, like I said, Hasbro has fixed this issue and gone back to window packaging, like this guy right here. They have gone back to window packaging, which is one of those. It's just one of those moments that to highlight one of those stupid moments in toy collecting history where some genius at one of the big companies had the most brain dead of ideas. Because let's be honest, blind box packaging scams have been going on for ages. It's practically a scammer's wet dream. You take the thing that you want out of the box, you put something cheaper, or just sometimes fill that shit with nothing and sell it back. It's not just toys this happens with, it happens with anything that has a blind box to it. You think somebody in marketing would have said, maybe this ain't a good idea, but they went ahead and decided to do it for about a year. For about a year, they had these packages out there. And for some lines, that's at least 2 or 3 waves that have been affected by this. But yeah, it's just one of those dumb moments that kind of reared its ugly head. When I ordered something online, I've got another one on the way that's also going to be in a blind box too that we'll be checking. In fact, it should be here by the time I finish this video editing, and by the time I finish editing up this video, so we'll probably throw a post thing in there about whether or not it's the real thing, live unboxing. Why not? But yeah, just one of those rants. And I'm not even going to try to play devil's advocate with this seller and be like, maybe they didn't know that it was a repack. Maybe they're one of those folks that goes to all their local Walmarts and buys out all the supplies and just puts a little barcode on it and then resells it online for a little bit of a markup. And they didn't realize that somebody had done that to them. Because that's a hell of a stretch. And more than likely the case was that they saw the opportunity to try to scam somebody by putting a cheaper figure in that box. Either way, oh fucking well, I'm getting my money back. But anyways, that's just one of those rants. It's a dumb moment in toy collecting history there. But this has been Candy Dandy. Fuck repackers. And I hope you have a good one. And we were supposed to get this package on Wednesday. It got delayed by about 2 trips, and it finally showed up here today on Saturday. So we're going to go ahead and open this up. This cost a little more on Amazon than the other one did. So fingers crossed that this is, in fact, the character that's supposed to be inside the packaging, but we're going to find out. So let's go ahead and open this up, and let's get to it. Ooh. All right, well, already going off the packaging, they put a little more dedication into it than the other person did. It's actually in a baggy bag this time. Let's go ahead and open up that baggy bag and see if this is, in fact, the character Ripper in this package here. So let's go ahead and find out. And our big reveal in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it looks like we actually got the character this time we were supposed to get. So that's positive. That means I don't have to reorder this one too. All right, well, there we go. Luckily, this one came in correct. The other one didn't. I'll see y'all in the next video.